Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Play On Podcast with your hosts, Jerry and Jesse. This is episode 105. It's been a great week for some of us. Some other people might be down in the dumps, but you know, it's football. It's what you expect, and without what always happens in football, there's some controversy that Jerry wants to get into real quick.
Yeah. So I think it's the Overlap podcast with forgot who is it?
Gary Neville, Ian Wright, Wayne Rooney was a guest.
The Irish dude,
Roy King,
Hurricane, and then
Jamie
the
Carragher.
no Jamie Carragher wasn't in this episode, but it was
He,
the woman footballer. I don't really know her name, but
uh,
she's English.
Something Roberts, I think.
But regardless, they said something crazy, and they said that I think Wayne Rooney's the one that said it that he never rated Neymar, and then they started naming off players that were better than Neymar. So Jesse, before we even get into it, I have something for you. I have a list of 12 players. You gotta either tell me you're taking Wayne Rooney or the other player. So we'll get started. Wayne Rooney or Neymar?
This is a tough one.
I was gonna say, please. You're gonna prove their point.
Uh, he is a top goal scorer for Man U.
Jesus, please no. You agreed with them?
No, but it's closer than you might think.
Oh
But
my God, closer, really. There's no way.
hey, listen, man. Neymar, when he was the main man at PSG, he didn't win anything. Wayne Rooney was the man, and he won the Premier League with Man U. So it's got to give him something.
So you're taking Wayne Rooney.
I never said that.
So which one are you picking?
I'll take. Because he picked Barca over Real Madrid, I'll go Wayne Rooney.
Uh, Wayne Rooney or Saka?
No, Wayne Rooney. Not even close.
Wayne Rooney or Hazard?
Give me Hazard. You know,
Wayne
I love that man. Too
Wayne
bad he came
Rooney
with us injured.
or Mo Salah?
Oh, Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney or Sadio Mane?
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney or Son?
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney or Gareth Bale?
Gareth Bale.
Wayne Rooney or Aguero?
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney or Van Persie?
Wayne Rooney.
That's interesting. Wayne Rooney or Vinicius Jr.?
Wayne Rooney.
Damn. Wayne Rooney or Drogba?
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney or Cristiano Ronaldo?
Cristiano Ronaldo. Not even close.
Damn, dude, I can't believe you agree with them. Like, if you were starting a football club and you had to buy one player, are you taking Wayne Rooney or you're taking Wayne Rooney over Neymar? That's how I'm thinking of it. I'm saying like not career-wise, but
Yeah.
there's no way.
Yeah, because even though I know what Neymar could do, but I also know the consistency of how multifaceted Wayne Rooney is. Because he could be your striker, he could drop down and be your 10, or he could drop down even more and be your 8, because that's what he was doing in the later stages of his career. And it's not like they both had long careers because they both retired pretty early. Or well, Neymar's still playing, but he's like semi-retired.
Hmm.
But and plus also with Neymar, sure, you know what you get on the field, but you also know off the field that he's gonna take a break mid-March so he could go celebrate his sister's birthday. You also know that he
February. It's February, always
my
mid-February.
my bad. But we all know that's happening, even though he says it doesn't happen. And then there's also the injury risk with Neymar. At the later stages of his career, he was very injury prone, and unfortunately, that put damper on his career.
Damn. That's interesting. Nah, I'm still taking Neymar over Wayne Rooney. I know Neymar is just a game changer in every sense of the way. Sadly, he never won anything. Um, but at his peak, I think he was just an overall better footballer because I
I
know
don't,
what I'm getting from him.
I
I
don't
think
know.
Gary Lineker said it once. He said that Neymar would do like three things on the pitch before like compared to someone three he would do like three insane things on the pitch compared to another player will probably do that once in his whole season.
I don't know, man. Wayne Rooney was a baller. Listen, I get that what you're trying to say. Like, it's ridiculous what they were saying about him, saying that they would take all these players over him. But uh, Wayne Rooney was a crazy player. He's probably, I think, like the second bet, like after like there's Cristiano Ronaldo and then there's Thierry Henry. And then I think there's him in the Premier League history.
Interesting. So you think he's like probably the third best Premier League player of all time?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting take. But yeah, that pretty much gets that segment over with. And so I'm surprised, dude. I thought you were like making fun of thinking the whole clip was ridiculous because you sent me the clip and I heard the
It is.
podcast.
It is ridiculous how they were
But
talking
that
about
was like the later half of the clip, right? Now that you
no,
still take Rooney over Neymar, but you said like the other players that were mentioning that were better than Neymar, you don't agree with that?
no, not even close. Yeah, those players, especially the names they were saying, come on.
He said
They
Sadio
had
Mane.
they had to be clip farming at that point. Because
Yes.
when they said Sadio Mane, when they said Mo Salah with Heung-min Son, they were like saying all these players. I was like, all right, man, let's put some respect on his name.
Man, they had to get it. Hey, it's their pride. I guess it's their boy. It's Premier League biased. He probably would never do it in the Premier League, according to them. But that's an insane clip, by the way.
Yeah, that's just crazy that they would go that far. But hey, any Barca hate, I respect.
But yeah, going on with the league, real quick, I think we're gonna spend most of our time with the Champions League and like obviously Jesse's favorite, the Arsenal hate watch.
Oh,
But real
can't
quick
wait.
only for the Premier League right now is nothing has changed with the top two teams face each other in the final. Tottenham versus Nottingham Forest, insane relegation battle, Jesse.
Yeah, it was funny because I thought, you know, they would at least show some fight, but that just completely disappeared. They got bullied for like the entire game. It was 3-0 Nottingham Forest. They're level on points now, and they're both only like I want to say 1 point above West Ham for that final
Hmm.
relegation spot. I thought they would at least show some fight or show some respect or some professionalism, the players and also the coach, because Igor Tudor looks like he's completely lost it. That locker room, especially after that blunder in the Champions League, the players don't look like they have any fight left of them. Considering, especially, they look better in the Champions League uh midweek against Atletico Madrid, where they actually scored, what was it, 2 goals?
Three. They
Three?
won the game 3-2. Yep.
Yeah, they showed some fight, and you think, oh, maybe this will help carry momentum over to the weekend where they just really needed to win this game, especially against a direct opponent for the relegation battle. But they just completely floundered. Yeah, it looks increasingly likely that Spurs might get relegated, which will be hilarious because they'll have like this crazy state of the art stadium in the championship, and everything they've done just going down the drain. They'll lose a bunch of talent because I know there's a clause where like 50% or 75% of their wages is cut. So I know players will not stay there.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting scenario. So yeah, I agree with you with what you said. From going from the Champions League facing Atletico Madrid, they had a pretty good performance. They were attacking a lot, and I thought they were going to win this week. And after watching that, because I thought they probably found the lineup, the inspiration. Um, but yeah, coming to the game, I was watching it. I was just doing nothing but shaking my head because Nottingham Forest was doing really well. I don't know what happened. But hey, the commentator actually said something very interesting about Spurs this season at home. So they
Yeah,
have
the
probably one of the
worst.
worst
Yeah.
records in the league at home. So they've gotten a total of 10 points out of 93 possible points. Well, they got 10 points um at home so far. It was 2 wins so far, 4 draws and 10 losses, which
Yeah.
is
I saw a similar stat. I was comparing their home and away records, and their home record is like bottom of the table, and then their away record's actually mid-table.
yeah.
So if they were just better at home, they would be safely out of the relegation zone, but they've been atrocious. It's almost been like they play worse at home, which is, as a fan of
No,
this,
they do. It's not that they almost do. It's crazy. And like, what is it? Is it your fans when you should be having the advantage? I have no idea.
yeah, it's hilarious, really, for
That
them
stadium
to.
is cursed at this point, I think.
I wouldn't say that because even when they remember they had like a great record against Man City playing at home, and that carried on over to the new stadium and everything else. It's just been this year where they've just been bad, and maybe ever since they got rid of their coach that should have a statue in that stadium, it's just turned the opposite because he was a fan favorite, and obviously the players loved him. So
I think there's rumors going around that they're trying to get him back. If I'm him, I am not touching that team with the 10 football.
No, especially how it doesn't look like it changed. It looks like it's gotten even worse because we were complaining about their management and Daniel Levy and how he handled it, which we know in the transfer he's a tough negotiator, and we're like, oh, that's good to see because if we wanted a Tottenham player, it was always tough to get him. Uh, but it looks like their new chairman, who is their owner, is even worse.
Yeah, I think everything went out the window once he left, which is crazy too, because I thought we thought he was holding Tottenham back.
Yeah, it looks like he was holding that shit by
It was,
he was Captain America in in the movie, just holding it together like that.
yeah, apparently he was doing a pretty good job because as soon as he left, everything's downhill. Like their transfer policies are crazy. Um, but we'll see what happens with the club. Jesse, I told you that Tottenham were at risk of going to the second division. You said you
Yeah.
didn't see it, that Nottingham Forest has a tougher schedule. Now we're here. Obviously, it's still not over, but it's crazy to think that either West Ham or Tottenham are going to go to the second division. Both Europa League winner and Conference League winner, by the way.
Yeah, I hope West Ham goes down just because I feel like it's funnier for their fans.
Crazy. Now, I want to see Tottenham go down to the second division just to teach them a lesson. Are they American owned as well?
No, their owner's Indian, I want to say.
Hmm.
If I want, let me just double check real quick.
Yeah, but I think Tottenham will be funnier to see them go down
No,
because
no,
of the
no.
whole new stadium and everything. I know West Ham
Tottenham
is in a similar situation.
is majority owned by Enik Group, which holds 86.58 of the club shares, is controlled by a family trust of British billionaire Joe Lewis.
Joe's probably pretty pissed off right now. I know the fans aren't happy. They keep leaving the stadium early. I think
Um,
with Tottenham at this point, if you're playing against them at home, well, at Tottenham Stadium, you
mhm.
should definitely just score first and you win.
Well, especially with their defense. It's so bad. And that's even with Igor Tudor, he was playing a five in the back, so there was like nothing offensively happening. But even the center backs, even because we've said it before, like their partnership is like should be potentially reaching world class with like Cristiano Romero and Victor van der Ven or Mickey van der Ven. Like top clubs want these center backs, and yet th they just look so atrociously bad. Some Spurs fans are even telling us, calling for us to just take them away because they've been so bad.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. Remember, we're talking about the links with Barcelona. I think I even mentioned I wanted Mickey Van de Ven. At this point, I do not want him. He's been looking bad. He's been getting clipped pretty badly, saying that he keeps getting cooked in 1v1 defending and that he's all just space. That apparently he's just Araujo, but from the Netherlands. So
That's
it's
a
fine.
horrible.
We'll just keep Araujo. But yeah, it's weird. It's like you said, who would want to touch those two defenders at this point, especially their bad record?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm sure clubs will still take them, especially now because Spurs are probably gonna have to cut finances or save some from potential losses. So they're probably gonna be cut prices deals for them just to get their like wages and like recuperate something because they can't afford like this squad if they're in the championship at all.
Hmm.
So I'm sure they're gonna sell them, and teams are still gonna take them on that cut price deal. But it's just like what you've seen from them is nothing. They like you're just gonna be like, yeah, I don't know. As a fan, you won't feel confident, be like, oh yeah, my club's taking this player in, especially with like the current form that they're in.
And especially for their fee, I don't know. I think they're still gonna go for a pretty penny. I don't think they'll be like free at all. Like for Cuti Romero, he's probably the highest value one between the
Hmm.
two. You'll probably try to go for like 50 or 60.
And then it's just not that. Remember, they're gonna like their wages are coming from Premier League wages, which are ridiculous.
Hmm. And right now, the team that's looks likely to get him is Atletico Madrid. Mickey Van de Ven, he kind of has a plethora of teams that want him.
Yeah, he's been linked with Bayern, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barca.
Real Madrid, I think you should get him
We're good.
for a deal as well. Because yeah, I really don't want Barca to get him. Too much money for a average center back. But we'll see where Spurs go from here. There's a lot to be talked about with them yet. I don't think the season's going to be over anytime soon. So we'll see if there's any surprises and if they can improve their home record, which I doubt.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
But now we get to go to the hate watch of the century for Jesse. The EFL Cup final, Man City versus Arsenal. Ended in 2-0 for Man City. And Arsenal, they don't play football, Jesse.
I told you the antichrist of football, they just don't listen. I call this final. I said everything exactly what was gonna happen, and that it's the start of the bottle job. The Arsenal fans can feel it, the Arsenal players can feel it, Mikel Arteta can feel it.
Oh my God. I think Pep, who knows if Pep unlocked them, but they pretty much didn't press the center backs and let the center backs try to play out from the back, and they couldn't. They looked confused.
I think he just figured out how to beat this current Arsenal because the difference between the Madrid game in the weekday and the Arsenal game is that he actually feared our forward line and what could be created. But against Arsenal, he knew there was he didn't need to worry about this offensive unit from Arsenal. It just like, they're just nothing really. And then especially with the way Mikel Arteta set them up with like no offensive creative hub, he put Saka there again. And then we know with Saka, he started limping in the game, so you know exactly how that went for him.
Oh man, dude. I know this. You look thirsty to talk about certain players. Saka's probably the biggest one. He was just in what's his name, O'Reilly's pocket the whole time, and we're just talking about how bad O'Reilly's been playing against Real Madrid.
Well, yeah, O'Reilly, he's been because he was ha thriving offensively. He was playing a more forward role with Man City in recent weeks. He was playing more of like a cam, sort of a 10 role, and then he had to move suddenly back again at left back, and he just looked out of place, especially out of positioning, especially in the first leg against Valverde. It looked like this time, well, this time he didn't have to worry because it was a lesser player, a player of lesser quality, a player that, shouldn't have been on the field really. He doesn't look like he's made for finals, for big games, for big moments, for a big club. A supposed star boy, a world-class player, one of the Premier League greats, all these crazy things, all these notions, the club's top paid player, a franchise player. It's just crazy because all these anecdotes that Arsenal fans have been spouting for years and this year currently about a player that has like horrible GA numbers, has gone missing for years in big games, and doesn't his reputation continues to. Did not show up again today. I think he had zero touches or zero chances created or like everything else. He was just horrible. He was literally just a waste of space, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting he couldn't beat an attacking midfielder on a 1v1. He was just getting held down. Then Gyökeres, you kind of expect it because I think he's kind of looking more like a flop signing at this point because he can't do anything in open space. He's too slow for it. He gets outpaced. Kuzunov, by the way, who is making his way back into the starting lineup because of injuries and everything like that, but he's looking like a fantastic center back. Everything they raved about him before even Man City bought him.
I talked about it last year when they signed him in January. I'm like, oh, this is a great signing. He's a great signing, great future, great potential. He had a rough start, especially as we know with Man City or like with Pep. They struggle in the beginning, especially him because he came over in January from the French league. And then, but remember his first game, he immediately got into like, was it against Arsenal or something like
Chelsea,
that?
it was against Chelsea.
It was a tough game, and he looked a fish out of water.
Hmm.
But it took some time, but he's starting to come good, and he's a good signing, good player.
And held down Arsenal, dude. We're
It's
just
not that
fighting with
hard,
them.
really.
It's not that hard when you have to make them play football. And
Yeah,
again, this is this Man City team that just got thrashed by Real Madrid in the Champions League.
yeah,
So I
All,
thought it was gonna be bad because if it when it rains it pours again. I keep saying it, but we saw it from uh Tottenham. They had a good showing and then they lost. So
I told you, no, this was gonna happen because we know what happens for Arsenal in big games. They bottle it like always. The pressure, they can't handle it. The mentality, is weak.
Do you think
Eh,
this is the start of the
This is
bottle job?
this is a start of the bottle job. Clip it right here. This is bottle job loading right now. They will not be able to handle this pressure. They're rattled. We've seen it throughout the, even at the start of the year. Remember the draw against Wolves where they really should have lost. How they were fighting after them because their mentality is gone. They don't know how to handle this. And Nick O'Reilly, after his man of the match performance, what did he say in the interview afterwards? There's blood in the water. Man City can feel it. The rest of the league can feel it. Arsenal, they can't handle it. And then I also want to call out another player, Declan Rice, the ones Arsenal fans have been saying, best midfielder in the world, better than Pedri, better than Bellingham, better than all these other players. Where was he? He was just there running up the field doing cardio.
He was doing cardio and directing traffic, brother. That's all he was doing.
Where was he? I thought he was a world-class player, a difference maker. I didn't see any difference made.
None at all. So, yeah, this Arsenal team's looking very interesting. I fear other teams are going to adapt to what Man City did and have the center backs try to play it out. And I feel really bad for Arsenal
I don't.
because
I don't.
they're gonna get well. Yeah, I was gonna say I'll take that back. I don't feel bad for Arsenal. Yeah, they're gonna get exposed.
Yeah, and I love it because all these Arsenal fans, and that I've seen from like English content creators and things like that, they were going out and saying, "Oh, we're getting the quadruple, minimum the treble." They're just talking about all these crazy things that we're like they can't take any criticism. They can't do any of that. Or like they were up against like Man City fans and they couldn't take any criticism saying, "Oh, you can't talk about us like that. We're the best team in the world." Mikel Arteta is currently the best coach in the world. Crazy because apparently like 50 coaches died before the interview because how can they say that?
And remember, they're saying that this was a meaningless trophy. They ran like this. If the Premier League is worth what is it, £100, this is worth like negative 20 cents.
Yeah, they said it's a Mickey Mouse trophy, even though before this they were talking crazy about it, like, oh, this is in the bag, all these other things. It's crazy. And then it's funny because you know what's happening? Man City still have a game in hand, so they're up by 9 points, right? A game in hand.
Hey,
So they eight. There you go. Eight. They win that. That's 5 points. They still have to play City at the Etihad. And then after this final, they're in their heads. They have the mentality boost. I'm fully expecting Mikel Arteta to go up there and play haram ball and just set 10 in the back and go for the draw because that's how scared he's going to be. That's how they can play such anti-football that it's going to be the worst watch ever. But I'm going to be there because Man City's going to find a way and it's going to be down to like two. And then once they're down to 2 points, you know how it's going to go. Arsenal, we've seen this before. 2 points above, they're going to bottle it. And I'm going to be there laughing at them.
all right, let's call this Southampton versus Arsenal.
Give me Southampton.
That's the
Gi-
FA Cup quarterfinals.
I don't care. Give me everyone over Arsenal, Jerry. You
No,
know
I
how I
need you to
am.
predict these. Southampton, Arsenal.
Uh, you know what? 1-1 goes to penalties. Southampton win.
Sporting, Arsenal.
Give me Sporting.
Arsenal, Bournemouth.
Bournemouth wins.
Arsenal, Sporting. Return leg.
Uh, that's gonna be at the Emirates, so probably a draw.
Man City, Arsenal.
You know what I just said. They win.
Arsenal, Newcastle.
Newcastle wins.
Arsenal, Fulham.
Fulham draws.
West Ham, Arsenal. Relegating West Ham.
Yeah, this is gonna be very vital. They win. West Ham wins.
And Arsenal, Burnley.
Go a draw.
Crystal Palace, Arsenal at Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, you know what to do. They get that win.
Get your revenge for taking all your players.
Yep.
That'll be crazy, dude, if they just go on an insane losing streak. 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah, they're currently up, what, 9 points, it looks like?
Yeah,
With
that's what
the
I said.
Yeah, with a game in hand for Man City. I thought it was 11, but it's gonna be historic. Man City, again, this is the only thing they have. No, they have the FA Cup to play for as well, right? So
Yeah, the FA Cup, which looks like if they both win out, they'll have another final, FA Cup final.
it's Man City versus Liverpool in the FA Cup. Can I see, is there a bracket for this?
Yeah, that's what I was like if they run up the bracket.
Yeah, so Southampton, Arsenal, then the other side is Chelsea versus some. second or third division team, Port Vale, Man City, Liverpool, West Ham, and Leeds United.
Yeah. So
Oh man,
if they both win out, it's gonna be another Arsenal Man City final. And once
I
they
just
start losing, that ball's gonna start rolling. The mentality, the bottle is gonna settle in.
we'll see, dude. Yeah, because Martinelli kind of this flame shut off because he had like that one really good span in the Champions League where he kept scoring. So that flame went out. Trossard hasn't been as good, and he's starting, by the way. Saka, we already know what Saka is. By the way, only Premier League player that has not scored more than 20 goals. And this is so-called like, you know, world-class best player in the world kind of deal.
They're comparing them with
Jokic,
they were comparing him with Lamine Jerry.
I know. Jokic, that was disrespectful. I remember that part. And but we already know who always comes out on top. Jokic, just give him space, dude. My fucking grandma could catch up to him. Because yeah. So all they got to do is avoid corners, have the center backs try to play out. They know for a fact they're not going to. This is forcing Arteta to play pretty much someone to transport the ball from midfield, from defense all the way to the attack, and he's not gonna want to do that. He's gonna stick to his guns and play defensive.
And then also Subamedi has been on a howler run since turn of the new year. He might be getting overworked. He's just too much because he's been basically tasked with carrying the ball from defense to offense, and he's just been bad, and he's been getting cooked consistently now. He might be getting overworked. He might just not. He just out of form. But there's no one there for him to get replaced because they're not going to move Declan Rice down because that messes up with their midfield, the creative outlet. But yeah,
Oh my God. Everyone's just getting exposed, dude. Bellingham, now Rice, Saka.
hey yo, don't bring my players into
I try to
this.
slide him in there to
No
see if
no 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 no,
they would
dude.
react or agree. But yeah, that's pretty much enough of that fantastic eight watch.
Yeah, but I also gotta give a shout out to our boy, the player that we've been talking about forever, that a lot of people said wasn't a good signing or really like didn't appreciate him at the moment, or how much of a bargain Man City got him for. Ryan Cherky. What a player. What a player.
If
He
only
was
he started against Real Madrid, man.
What a player. Oh, such a great player. He was cooking that back. You saw, what was it, like minute 70 or whatever? Instead of just taking the ball to the corner and just like wasting time, he decided, no, I'm gonna cook these two players and then have them watch me go back and do it again.
Yeah. It was in the he was playing right wing at the time, right?
Yeah, he cooked, what was it? Calafiori and then
And
Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Yeah, he just cooked them both and then he's like, oh, let me go back and then just
Try it again and then go back again.
yeah, oh, what a player. And
And then
then
he
when he
started dribbling in front
yeah,
of what is it, the right back space? Ben White.
yeah, Ben White just a little joggle, just gotta get those touches in.
Yeah, Ben White, what are you doing? Come on, dude, you gotta press. Then you're getting mad that he's doing it. Well, press him and he won't do it.
Yeah, we also gotta call out these English commentators, Gary Neville. Like, shut up, you're a right back. Of course you're complaining. You weren't skillful at all. Like Alan Pardew, like shut up about like, oh, this is disrespectful to the game. No, it's not. It's the only thing disrespectful is that the player or the defender allowed him that much space to be able to do it. If you don't like it, stop it. We should not be criticizing skillful players for showing skill. This was all that Ronaldinho, like all these what the great players did. Like they were skillful for a reason, and they showed it all the time. Like if you're just gonna criticize it, it's gonna like we complain about all the time that football's getting worse. You guys complain about football getting primitive and like getting hard to watch, but yet you criticize the skillful players for showing that exactly. Like what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I never understood that argument, even in Spanish football when Vinny was doing the try to do the rainbow flicks, which he has yet to do it successfully, by the way, Chelsea. I don't want him to stop trying to attempting it because once it does get through, it's gonna be clipped and everyone's gonna use that clip. That's a highlight reel forever, Until this day, they play Neymar's rainbow flicks. So yeah, don't stop doing it, Cherky. If they're not gonna press you, you're facing them again. Keep doing it. That's a
Yeah,
free yellow card, dude.
it's a free yellow card, but also you get in their head. The mentality, you're in their head rent free because every now Calafiori, Martinelli, they can be afraid because you're gonna dribble past them. Ben White, he's gonna be up close to you and he's gonna probably tackle you a little extra harder, and that's gonna be a free yellow. You get the advantage once you do that.
But yeah, hopefully it doesn't stop. I know he's been seeing it. Everyone's saying that it's Cherokee first professional trophy, so he was like celebrating it extra hard. So yeah, you love to see it, dude.
Yeah, don't worry, man. You're gonna get that Premier League title at the end. I'm there. I will be there.
I'll be there. But yeah, going on to your boys, the Madrid Derby, Jesse. What a game.
Yeah, yeah. Never a doubt. Always had it.
Oh my God, man. Atletico Madrid, I think they have the record of scoring, always scoring first, but always not ma being able to maintain it
I think they said
this
the announcer
season.
said it. Yeah, it was like they've scored first 23 times. Like it was like a record, but they've like only won like a couple of times.
Yeah, they're pretty bad at maintaining the lead. So yeah, they scored first. Then Real Madrid scored two in like what is it, span of a couple minutes.
Yeah, it was Vinny's and then Valverde.
And then Molina scored a banger, by the way.
Yeah,
And Real Madrid just answers back and Vinicius Junior scores. But the main thing we want to talk about, other than Madrid staying like within what is it? Within reach of Barcelona with 4 points, is the red card for Valverde, Jesse, on Baena.
yeah,
You're saying that should have been a yellow.
yeah. It
I'm
was a
saying it
clear
should have been
yellow.
a red.
No, it was a clear yellow. It was just the referee knowing that the backstory between the two players, knowing that there is un what is it, unpositive feelings between them both. He over exaggerated and the his reaction to the foul. It was a clear yellow. Valverde was going for the ball. He missed it obviously, and then hit Baena. It wasn't high. It wasn't anything. He only thing said that because he explained it afterwards in the referee notes. He said he didn't go for the ball at all. He was going there for to hurt him, and that was like an aggressive tackle when he was clearly going for the ball. He clearly had a conception about these two players, and then led to him giving a direct red.
I don't agree. I know there's a history between those two players. I don't think that's the only reason they gave it to him. I think it was excessive force without the ball and from the back on top of that.
No.
So I think it was a clear red. I think he got it right. I mean, at the end of the day, it didn't affect Real Madrid during the game. Now, Valverde is suspended for 3 games. I know Real Madrid's going to try to appeal it, and it might just be one.
It's 2 games.
Normally, direct red cards are three, but it's either way. I think Madrid's going to appeal it. They always do. Um, I think at most he's probably going to get 1 game. But I don't know. I disagree with you, Jesse. I think it was a direct red because again, it was a excessive force and from the back. So. I think
Oh,
those two things qualify, and it's like in the rule book as well. So he went by the rule book and he got it right, in my opinion. But I
yeah.
think it is divided. I think even the commentators were like talking about it. One of them was saying like, no, I think that's just a yellow. It wasn't high. It was low, but it wasn't like anything hurtful. But then the other commentator was kind of reserving his feelings, like, in some eyes it'd probably be a red because the ref also got a really good look at it, Jesse. It wasn't like we had to go to VAR.
Yeah, but we're over here judging the La Liga refs' judgment, Jerry. The refs that we both criticize continuously for always g getting wrong calls, the ones that like will sometimes call this a certain way and then the literally 1 minute later call it the opposite.
Well, that's
Like
why
these,
it's the same thing right here. Like you're saying it's a red, and a bunch of people agree with you. Well, you're saying it's not a red. I'm saying it is a red. So I think
yep,
it's like it comes within the La Liga refs, to be honest.
yeah, no, but it clearly wasn't. I've seen worse get called yellows. This was,
Yeah, I have seen worse too. The Premier League ones on Bernardo Silva when they put his whole cleat into his knee, and it was a yellow.
yeah, like this was clearly low. He was going for the ball. He missed it. It wa-
Completely, by the way.
he missed it. It, it's happened before and it's happened a lot of times and it wasn't called a red. This was clearly just because every referee knows if there's bad blood between certain players to be on the lookout for it. And he knew the situation between these two and just immediately acted upon it when he thought he saw something that he conceived as an attack on the player,
Mhm.
and which it wasn't.
That's what I thought it was too. I thought it was an attack on the player. You know who it was, and just put a little extra on it. Unfortunately, he got caught this time, which again, he's been saved on other times where he one punched a player in the face, a Benfica player.
He didn't punch him, Jerry.
So yeah,
See again, there unbiased Sherry over here saying he punched someone.
he
It
did punch
wasn't.
it.
Was it closed fist? That's a punch.
It
This
was
it
close
was
fist,
open. It was not. It was open. He was
but
trying to push him aside, as we've seen before. It was a push off, and then he missed.
and got
But
his he's got his chin.
he he went like that.
But it wasn't just like that, so that was pretty hard.
He was trying to push off. When you go like that, you just don't softly. He was trying to push off.
But you see, they gotten away with a couple too. The Rudiger knee to the guy's head. That's one he
That
got.
wasn't
They got.
anything. That wasn't. He
That's
was
one he
falling.
got.
He fell.
Just no,
He was
I
falling.
agree. There's a bunch of people that agree with me, a bunch of people that agree with you, and that's the beauty of football.
It's funny coming from Jerry when Barca's clearly benefited from this the most.
I don't mind it. Valverde's been on fire, and I think it comes more from the position he's been playing at. He's not being playing at a center mid anymore. He's been playing as pretty much a right mid, and that's where he thrives the most.
He's not even right, man. He just has full ability to go forward and back, so it's more like a right wing, but he does because he has great motor and like fitness, he does go back a lot and then but he's been taking more advanced positioning because if you see like he's been connecting more with Vinny with allowing those for those just over the top balls.
Yeah, I think it does benefit Barca because yeah, I think right now he is Madrid's greatest player at the moment.
But we're starting to get healthy, Jerry, so who knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that whole lineup is gonna get messed up. I think you guys are on a 5-win streak without Mbappe, and now Mbappe's coming back.
He played against Man City.
Well, like a half. That game was over with, to be honest. That
And
was a red card for Man City, and they're already tied. They're up 3 goals in the tie,
yeah, and then he also came up against this game.
and he really didn't do much.
Yeah, because he came in right before Valverde's red, so then we had to play back with 10 men, and he was defending in the right wing spot.
Yeah, but again, we'll see what happens when he's in the lineup. Same thing with Jude. So more than likely, Pitarch, who's been a really good player from Real Madrid, is not going to get minutes anymore. Was at least consistent minutes as he was getting.
We're hitting a different level, Jerry. You're just worried because the form's starting to run in. We're gonna take over La Liga. We're gonna win the Champions League. It's gonna be great.
We'll see about that. I think there's still a lot of flaws in Real Madrid.
Okay. Same with Barca. Barely won against Rayo Vallecano.
Tired legs, dude. We had to face Newcastle. We just know how to sprint forward.
Yeah, no defense, all forward. And then again, Barca got another Lamine Yamal lucky case, and get sent off.
Hey, the difference between me and you is that I agree with you. He probably should have gotten a second yellow. And I don't know if you've seen the clip, but he got pissed that he got subbed off. But it's like, how are you getting pissed that you're getting subbed off when you're the one that got the yellow? He literally took you off because you're one foul away from getting a second yellow. So yeah, I do agree that he should have gotten a yellow for one of his tackles. I don't think it was a dive. I think there was contact. Jesse, something interesting happened during midweek during the Champions League actually. Brahim Diaz actually got informed, and everyone got informed that Morocco is the official winner of the AFCON 2025. There was an appeal that was done by the Moroccan team, and they won that appeal for the first time ever. So the organizers of AFCON determined that Morocco was the rightful winner, that Senegal forfeited when they walked off the pitch, and that Morocco won 3-0. And they're demanding Senegal to return the trophy and their medals so they could give it to the Moroccan players. What are your thoughts on that? This is probably like one of the first few times in history that this has happened.
It wasn't just that because also the players got bonuses that the players themselves, some of the players are like, we ain't giving that money back.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, it's funny because yeah, they said that it was the referee's fault because after 15 minutes the referees are supposed to call it and say the team forfeited, and I think they Senegal was like like 15 minutes over or whatever the time was. So by the rules it should have been forfeited. But it's like we've said previously, like no matter what, no one's gonna see it any differently. I think everyone's gonna view Senegal as a champion. Morocco could have the trophy or whatever. It's I don't think it changes the view of how people see it. If anything, they'll just be like, "Oh, Morocco's got a Mickey Mouse trophy." as we've said it before, with
The
like
Lakers.
even with the like the now the Lakers is actual Mickey Mouse trophy. It's not a real trophy. Uh, it's like whenever like Liverpool fans or Arsenal fans say, "Oh, if Man City get the Chargers, we were rightful winners because we were their only competition." No one really cares. Even if you say that and they're like get redacted, no one's gonna view you as a rightful winner. If you don't win it in that moment, no one cares. Like how many like when Juventus
I was about to say.
got those sanctions like in the early 2000s, how many people like view that and count that for like who was the winner at that time? No one remembers.
Yeah,
I know that's
exactly. No one.
maybe a select few. Like I think it was Inter, but like you're guessing at that point, or
Hmm.
even that, like no one really views it like that. And I think even then later on, Inter got sanctions of their own. So like I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, if anything, everyone just excludes that from the memory. Like, oh, like Juventus was the winner, but they got forfeited because of their whole, charges that were against them. But even then, like, we still consider Juventus champions because of all that, because history stays the same. It's written, the ref, in my opinion, if they were gonna do that, the ref should have just stopped it right there.
Yeah,
Not gone through with the match. He submitted the official report and they won in penalties. So I see them as winning the penalties. I don't care what they say, like, oh no, this appeal was done. Like appeals have been done in the past. Why are we now accepting them at this point? They were never accepted in the past, even when there was unrightful calls.
yeah. And it's just it hurts because it's hard for people to forget the visual impact it is of having seeing the Senegal team going up there and lifting up the trophy and the celebration. And it wasn't like it was immediately after everything happened. This was like what was like a month later.
Hmm.
So it's like
Almost three. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like it's tough. Like there's another example in sports where like uh it's currently happening in F1 in 2007 when Lewis Hamilton won his first world championship. There's been a reports or like disputes coming out with like this Brazilian driver that's currently retired, Felipe Massa. It was found out that during the season another team crashed on purpose so their player or so their other driver would get points,
Hmm.
costing him because it ended the race early and he ended up with 0 points, but Lewis got points and Lewis at the end of the year won by 1 point. So it was a very close thing.
Hmm.
And now he's trying to be like, oh no, so then I should have been rightfully champion. But like he's debating this or like where is it? He put a claim afterwards and but like everyone's like, no one it's not gonna change anything.
It
And then
doesn't
what
change anything. Everyone's still gonna remember Lewis Hamilton as the champion.
yeah, and plus it wasn't even like his team or anything like that that did it. So it was a completely different team. So it was like, yeah, it's like and plus it's been years now. Like no one's gonna change that.
Yeah, it's like pretty much nullifying the what is it, Maradona's hand of God, and like going back and saying like, oh, okay, like Argentina didn't win it because England should have gone through, and so we have no World Cup winner from that year in '86. But in reality, it's like take it away, we're still everyone's gonna consider it.
Even the England sole World Cup victory that happened in the what was it, 60s or whatever, the goal was controversial in itself because it was foggy. It was a foggy game, and then apparently it hit the crossbar and then went down and
Oh,
crossed the
the
line.
ghost goal?
Yeah, the goal score that no one knows if it crossed the line or if it didn't. But it's controversial, but yet what English fans consider it their win and everything. Even though Germany still says, "Oh, it wasn't rightfully called," no one. It's so they still have the star in the jersey.
Germany should put in that claim, Jesse. Put in that appeal. Get your World Cup back and add another star to yours. So again,
Yeah,
it's hilarious. Nothing's gonna happen. If
yeah.
anything, there's gonna be a bunch of teams that are gonna start doing this if they feel like an unjust call was made.
Well, you know, Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans are going to go and come out of the woodwork for like for Man
Man
City with
City,
all those charges.
yeah, yeah, they're gonna want their Premier League trophy. They should do what Senegal's doing. I don't know if it's actually real. They gave it to like a military base in Senegal and they put it in the middle to protect it as a joke. But might be AI, dude. I might got, dude. I'm an unk, so
Yeah,
maybe. But yeah, funny story, dude. That doesn't stop there.
man, it's
But
crazy.
you have anything else to add? Ready for the
Uh,
international break?
it's tough because you know. no one cares about international breaks. I know there's potential World Cup spots coming in, but I my team's already in, so
Yeah, unless people are upset, and we'll probably talk about it. But other than that, like I don't really care. I think
unless
Italy's is are they playing a qualifier?
they might, I don't know, don't really care because they hardly have been worthy of you know
Yeah.
being
What's the point of them getting in if they're gonna get eliminated right away?
yeah, because they've been horrendous for like. Hey, listen, I will say Italy, great job for stopping England from winning the Euro in like 2021. Great job, hats off to you. But like
You
besides
did
that,
your
you've
job,
been
you know?
yeah, you did your job. So like, listen, man,
That's all you needed you for.
yeah, man,
Yeah,
yeah,
the whole we get into a whole conversation about Italian football and what's going on with them, but it's not worth it at this point because I don't think anything's gonna happen. But
yeah.
maybe someone's gonna change it. Moment, they're not.
But yeah, there's nothing really crazy. International break, football's on break. The draft isn't until like late April, so
April.
we can't talk about anything. Free agency's basically at a stop now.
Let's talk about the NBA, Jesse.
No one cares about NBA.
I know I haven't watched an NBA match in a minute.
Yeah, the NBA is awful. I think MLB took over. I think more people watch MLB than they do NBA. It's been horrendous to watch. No defense. Bam Adebayo's what
It's a
was
goat,
it?
dude. That's a goat. Watch
What
what
was
you
it?
say.
What was it? 83 something? Shut
83
up.
points.
Any fan wants me. That game was horrendous to watch.
Oh man.
I didn't even watch. I watched the highlights and it was still a hard watch.
And I saw the fourth quarter they put uploaded on YouTube and it was bad. He had like 71 points when it was still somewhat competitive and not a crazy blowout, but then everything else just became throw the ball up and hopefully Bam gets it, throws it up and gets a foul or something.
Yeah, get what was it? He shot like 40 free throws. Whatever, man. Chill, Shay.
Hey, in a way, I do commend it for Eric Spoelstra to let him keep going it. I think I saw one video, the hoops reference, I think, and they said normally players get taken off when they're in a hot streak and potentially going to break a record. So I do, I like it that they let it happen, you know, because it's
Yeah,
always
but
a funny conversation because people are going to say Bam Adebayo, and it's happening. Say someone like tr just trolling, but in the future, someone's going to say Bam Adebayo is a better player than all these NBA legends, and it's going to be funny.
yeah, but you know who has been going crazy? My boy Luca. Ever since what was it? What
That's
is it? What are
crazy.
they calling it?
He destroyed his marriage.
The- what is it? No, but where is it? Because they, there's Hoodie Mellow, there's all these references. They're saying what was it?
The nickname.
Yeah, I can't remember his nickname, but it was like, yeah, he's been going crazy. He's like his averages is like 40 points, like 9 assists, 8 rebounds or whatever. It's like hitting game winners. Man's been balling different. I I see all the jokes of the Lakers fans telling his ex to keep the kids at Slovakia or whatever until the end of the season. Let them get a ring first.
That's crazy, dude. He got with his favorite actress in from the Outer Banks. By the way, he tweeted about the Outer Banks like a long time ago. He used to watch the show because right now it's the rumor that he's with Madeline Klein. I just feel bad for his wife because you know for a fact she's watching Twitter and all this unfold.
From what I saw was
You know who she could blame for that failed marriage or not even failed marriage or for a broken family, Jesse? Nico Harris. That's who we could blame. Nico Harris.
Nico Harris is the root of all evil.
It just keeps going back. Is probably the worst trade in NBA history because he just broke
It,
a family apart.
it keeps getting worse, dude. That trade was awful. Then he traded away Anthony Davis to the Wizards for nothing.
He was cooking something.
Cooking dog shit.
Man, he was legit the sacrifice for the Lakers. He was a Lakers fucking agent, double agent.
It's crazy because he was also the Nike executive that lost Nike Curry.
That's funny.
Yeah, because when Curry was a shoe free agent, because he was originally with Nike, and then they were giving a presentation, he forgot his name or something like that. He like bombed it so bad that Curry's like, "Yeah, I'm not going with Nike," and then he went with Under
How does
Armour.
he keep getting these high jobs? Make
He
him president. I want to see what he does as president.
apparently he's got connections. He's friends with Charles Barkley.
Make him president. I want to see what he does. He just keeps failing upward. Went from an executive from Nike to a GM in the NBA.
Jerry, don't say that because you know who's gonna get him? Probably the Bulls.
You know what? the Bulls owners need to suffer, and I want Nico Harris to
Jerry,
be leading that.
Jerry, they don't suffer. We suffer and they just collect money from us.
No, I want Nico Harris to suffer. I haven't been going to a Bulls game. I haven't been watching Bulls games. So I'm not suffering. They are.
Jerry, I'm over here hoping we win the draft so we can get Darren Peterson over here.
No.
All right.
I hope we do win the draft and it's Nico Harris picking.
Oh God, no! You know he's gonna bomb that. He'll
Trade it
trade.
for Anthony Davis.
Oh, he would. He would. He'll be like, "Oh, dude, he's a Chicago kid. He defense was champion." Oh God, no! I can see it right now.
Please.
Please, please, God, don't do this to
Because
me.
AK has not been doing a good job, and I think that Nico Harris can do a worse job.
No, God, please, no! Don't give me a fucking Mikel Arteta in basketball form.
But other than that, boys, I think we'll end it with that. Nico Harris to the Bulls. You heard my plea. Make it happen.
Please don't.
Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Irving. Peace.
Peace.